welcome back to another week of Captain's Call. I'm Captain John Bushey.
I'm Chief Brooks.
And today we have a very special guest star with us today. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Joy Marin with the American Red Cross.
Outstanding. So Joy has been at the Red Cross for about 6 months. Is that about right?
A little less than that, but close.
So why don't you tell me about the Atsugi Red Cross?
Well, the American Red Cross is here on NAF Atsugi to support service to armed forces. We are chartered by Congress, and we are here strictly to provide support to the military. The main thing that most people are most likely familiar with are emergency communication messages. If anyone needs emergency leave, emergency travel, the messages are all routed through the American Red Cross, through my office, or the 24-hour Hero Care Service call center in the U.S. It's a 24-hour service, so someone is always available. Even if the office here on base in Building 71 is closed, you can always call the 800 number and receive help in starting an emergency message.
So can you search for that online, or is it best to just search for American Red Cross and it'll have a link that'll take you to that?
There's information on redcross.org. Just scroll on the front page. You can also start a message via the internet as well, but there's an 877 number to call where you can talk to a live person.
I know there's two types of messages we talked about here lately. One is the emergency message that we talk about, the M-crosses that we hear, and then another one that we talk about during NEO exercises, and that's a message to loved ones that, hey, I'm safe, this is where I am, and is that kind of a one-way message, or is it something you can receive a response to as well? Or how does that work?
Right. That is safe and well. Through the Red Cross also, and if there were to be a disaster here in this area, a page would be created through the Safe and Well website where you could go in and answer some questions, and then your family back in the U.S., if lines of communication were cut to here, they could just go on and search and see that your family is safe and well here in Atsugi until you're able to make phone calls or connect via Facebook or however you normally connect.
Okay. So since we're kind of talking a little bit about disaster preparedness, I know that's one of the things you want to talk about today.
Yes.
Too. So what type of support do you provide for disaster preparedness? Just a very general.
As the Red Cross, we are here to support the command in services that maybe you wouldn't normally have set up, or just to support the command. We're building a disaster action team right now. It's in the infancy stages, but we're training a team of people to be prepared to offer canteen services to emergency workers, to do basically whatever you as the CEO would ask the Red Cross on a local level, volunteers during an event and after, while you're evacuating people out, for example. And even as myself, I would be evacuated out, but in the 3 or 4 days until that would actually happen, I'm here to be able to coordinate services. And we have a division where we are part, the NAF Atsugi Red Cross office is part of a Far East division, Japan and Korea. So we have a division director, a division manager, that if something larger were needed, like pallets of comfort kits or emergency food supplies or whatever that is, I would be able to coordinate with them and other Red Cross offices in the division to bring those necessary supplies here. That might be beyond what we would have available locally on this base.
So, like I said, it isn't a small job.
No.
So to do that, you usually need some type of voluntary support, correct?
Yes, I always am hiring volunteers. I like to say that.
It's a great way for people to get their volunteer hours as well, correct?
Yes. We have so many volunteer opportunities, just general in the office, lots of administrative work, more fun things. We are looking to start a youth program so that we can offer volunteer opportunities to youth to serve their community, to learn health and safety skills. I'm looking for people to help me with public relations, to help me get the word out about disaster preparedness events, to get the word out on CPR first aid classes that we offer monthly, as well as babysitter trainings that we offer several times a year. And we also partner with Branch Health Clinic and provide healthcare workers the opportunity to volunteer at the clinic as a Red Cross volunteer. Pharmacy, nursing, medical assistants, dental professionals, and we have the dental assistant program that we're accepting applications for right now through October 28th, where someone with zero experience can go in and basically apprentice under the dentist and learn how to be a dental assistant. And it's a 4-month program, and they're provided with a certificate, and then they can volunteer in the dental clinic as a dental assistant after they finish. So there's a lot of opportunities that most people don't consider being connected with the Red Cross, but it's a way that people can work on their careers, in particular spouses who aren't able to find jobs here. That's something that a lot of people struggle with, that you can still build on your resume and serve your community in the Red Cross at the same time.
Well, I remember in college I was actually a Red Cross volunteer as well. I was a CPR instructor for adult, infant, and children. And it was actually fairly easy to qualify. You had to show up and you had to teach a couple classes. I'm sure it's changed in the 20 years or more since I've done that. But what it did was it actually gave my unit flexibility, because I was able to take those Red Cross classes back to my Navy unit and was able to teach those CPR classes there. And so there was some things that I could help with my unit, as well as help with the community as well.
So since your certification has lapsed, I will enroll you in my December 3rd and 4th instructor
Awesome.
trainer course, and then you can also teach our civilians here that are looking to get certified.
Awesome.
All right, I'll put you down.
All right. So be there on December 3rd. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
But there's an awful lot of opportunities. There's a lot of good things that you can do to give back to your community through the Red Cross, and they offer just a ton of things. We have a bunch of stuff here that we wanted to talk about today, and I think we've covered almost everything that's on here. Is there anything you'd like to wrap up with?
The only thing I want to add is we're working to bring a resiliency program here that would supplement what other organizations on this space, like Fleet and Family, does. So I'm looking for mental health professionals to train, to go to a 3-day training to become certified to be a workshop facilitator for these resiliency programs. There are 7 different modules for children and adults. So if there's any mental health professionals or a registered nurse, for example, that has certification in mental health, this is a really amazing program that I'll only be able to bring it onto this base if I have volunteers who have that background and who would be willing to attend this training. And it's all grant funded, so everything's taken care of, and then we could offer these amazing programs here on this base on a regular basis.
So if somebody wanted to volunteer and contact you, what's a good number for?
My number is 264-6794.
6794.
6794.
6794.
6794.
All right, outstanding. Well, thank you, Joy, very much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you
How
so
about
much.
if we take a quick break and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Captain's Call. This week I'd like to make sure that we recognize our Sailor of the Week. She's Petty Officer Wright from the Naval Security Forces. She hails from the great state of Kansas. She's been here with us for about a year so far. And she is a patrolman. She's responsible for maintaining all the security around the base, everything that happens at all the gates, as well as patrolling the fence line. So congratulations to Petty Officer Wright. I appreciate everything she does. And Chief, would you like to help me out with some BZs this week?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who do we have?
Starting off with Service Provider Financial Management. Ms. Kamoshida is very knowledgeable in the finance management field and provides outstanding service. Thank you very much.
All right. Service provider is NAF SUP FLCY. I would like to thank Mr. Sayo for his outstanding service to the commands, including Fleet and Family Service Center. He is very informative and very knowledgeable about the aspects of shipping and receiving service member household goods. Good job.
Yes, sir. Next service provider is Fleet Readiness. Thank you so much, Ms. Rumi. She always is very professional and courteous. She went the extra mile to make sure that we didn't get lost when going out and about out in Japan. She even printed the photos of the building. So much appreciated her going above and beyond. Bravo Zulu.
All right. I think that's about all we have this week. Do you have anything else you'd like to close out with?
I did, sir. I had one thing. Currently, Petty Officer Sellers is on an IA, and he just recently re-enlisted, and I know you and I and the XO like to make all the re-enlistments as possible, and we weren't able to get to his because, he's on his IA right now, putting warheads on foreheads, so appreciate everything him and Rex are doing, and stay safe.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to his return here in a couple months, but that's great news. So
Yes, sir.
I think that's all we have this week from Atsugi, so until, I guess, 2 weeks from now, thanks for watching.